We begin part 2 of our visit to Normandy by paying our respects at the Normandy American Cemetery. As you walk toward the grounds, the silence changes. It settles over you, heavier, almost sacred, as if the land itself understands what happened here. As you just saw in the opening of this video, in the summer months, the cemetery pauses for the daily colors ceremony. As the flag is lowered, taps drifts across the grounds. Here it feels like a final salute carried on the wind, a quiet tribute to the men who rest on these bluffs above Omaha Beach. Here, where the course of history shifted, the cliffs below once roared with gunfire, chaos, and unimaginable courage. Today, they are quiet, holding only the echoes of the men who fought and fell here. Rows of white marble crosses and stars of David stretch across the grass in perfect formation, each one marking a life ended far too soon. As with the Luxembourg American Cemetery, the symmetry is striking, but it's the stillness that lingers, a stillness shaped by sacrifice, held in place by the memory of thousands who never returned home. This place is not just a cemetery. It is a promise, a solemn vow that their names, their stories, and their sacrifice will never be forgotten. The cemetery stretches across 172 acres above Omaha Beach, where the course of history shifted on D-Day, 1944. The site of the burial plot stops you. 9,389 white marble markers. Among them are 307 unknowns, 38 sets of brothers buried side by side, and the graves of 3 women who served. The Normandy American Cemetery stands just east of the original temporary St. Laurent Cemetery, established on June 8, 1944, only 2 days after D-Day. In those first chaotic weeks, thousands of fallen soldiers were brought here from the beaches and bluffs of Omaha. What began as a temporary resting place became the foundation for the cemetery visitors walk through today. These heroes rest on the bluffs above the very ground where so many of them fell. From here, the land slopes gently toward the sea. But on June 6, 1944, nothing about this ground was gentle. As we walk toward the Overlook, the view opens. The Atlantic stretches out in front of you, and below the cliffs lies Omaha Beach, quiet now, almost peaceful, its wide arc of sand touched only by the tide. It's hard to imagine that this calm shoreline was once the most violent place on the continent. This is where the soldiers buried behind us fought their way ashore. This is where the first waves were pinned down under machine gun fire, where the bluffs erupted with artillery, and where small groups of soldiers clawed their way forward, inch by inch, until the beachhead was finally secured. Omaha Beach was the costliest of the 5 D-Day landings, a place where courage had to overcome chaos. Standing here, the cemetery at our back and the beach below, we understand the connection between them. The headstones mark the price of the freedom that began on this sand. The quiet today is not emptiness, it's respect. It's remembrance. It's the echo of what happened here, carried on the wind that rises from Omaha Beach to the bluffs above. Omaha Beach stretches out in front of us along the Normandy coast. We visited just a few days before the 82nd anniversary of the landings. It was quiet, just the sound of the surf and the wind coming off the channel. But not the case on June 6, 1944, as this shoreline was the most fiercely contested ground of the entire D-Day invasion. From the water's edge, you can see how the terrain shaped the battle. The beach rises gradually toward the bluffs, which once held German machine gun nests, artillery positions, and concrete bunkers that dominated every approach. For the American soldiers of the 1st and 29th Infantry Divisions, along with the Rangers, this was the first site of Europe's liberation, and the place where many would fall before ever reaching the seawall. Omaha Beach was meant to be secured within hours. Instead, the first waves were pinned down, scattered, and fighting simply to survive. Yet through small, determined groups pushing forward, engineers clearing obstacles, infantry scaling the bluffs, Rangers knocking out strong points, the beachhead was finally open. By day's end, the foothold was secure, but at a tremendous cost. Standing here now, with the cemetery resting on the bluffs, the connection becomes unmistakable. The quiet of Omaha Beach is not just the passing of time, it's the silence earned by those who fought here. These images show the Omaha Beach Memorial, located at St. Laurent-sur-Mer on the Normandy coast. The distinctive curved stone symbolizes the rise of freedom following D-Day. It honors the soldiers of the U.S. 1st and 29th Infantry and the Army Rangers who stormed this beach on. The memorial stands just above the sand where the landings took place. Flags of the Allied nations fly nearby, representing unity and shared sacrifice. The site often hosts commemorative ceremonies, like the one visible here on the day of our visit. This is where military personnel and visitors gather to pay tribute to those who fought and fell on Omaha Beach. As the wind moves across the sand and the tide rolls in, Omaha Beach feels timeless. The waves erase footprints, but not memory. This stretch of coastline now rests in silence, a silence earned by the men who fought here. Omaha Beach stands today as both battlefield and memorial. It reminds us that freedom was not given. It was taken at great cost by ordinary men who did extraordinary things. As we left this place, the sound of the surf becomes a quiet promise that their courage will never be forgotten.